around. You've got these weird things sticking out, metal bars sticking out at the end here. Now, because it folds down, you're going to be able to fit this in a larger ship as well. It folds down quite small, smaller than some of the other ships that fold up as well. If you wait here a second as well, you see a bit of glowing in the engine as well. There we go, look. On a dark planet or something like that, this thing looks really cool. It does look menacing as well, I must admit. 3 landing legs in total, 2 fronts under the wings, which fold out, and then this one here as well. You can see that it's been designed for also rough terrain as well. Massively animated landing gear here. I mean, it's just not this leg. I mean, this whole ridge cage folds up, and the individual teeth move. We'll show you that when we take off in a second. Let's have a look from the rear there. Now, you've obviously guessed that there is a red theme here. Lots of red. And when you actually fire up the engines and use the ship as well, these glow bright red. Making the assumption that there was some slightly different propulsion technology with the Vandal. We'll have a look around from the front as well, so you can have a look. Does look very menacing. I know the bottom ladder thing's down, but jump inside.
Yes, I'm back. I didn't need bathroom. Origin 6000. Yes, of course I skipped this commercial, but I'm very tired. I am very slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tattoo Avance, and welcome to a ship review. Now, I know a lot of people out there have been really looking forward to seeing this ship, and I must say, pretty impressive. One of the unfortunate things at the moment, we can't actually spawn this in hangar at the moment, so do on a planet, eh? I might actually start doing all my reviews on the planets. Bit more ambient sound, bit more brighter as well. I think the shadows are better as well, but we'll take a look. There's not a massive amount we can look on the outside because it's so big and we won't be able to see it, but we'll take a quick look around anyway. Now, if we have a look from the front first of all, you can see that there's, you can't really see much.
Yes, they have some super fast computers. I don't have that.
There's a captain's quarters on the bottom, and then the pilot seat and the co-pilot seat at the top. It's got 3 guns on the top. It's got 1 on the rear and 1 on the other side as well. Small guns, nothing too massive really. All forward facing. It's got unmanned turrets which you can control. I'll show you that as well. You can actually do that right now. It's pretty cool. So this is the first draft of these sort of unmanned turrets. Cargo bay door. Might be a problem opening that with that rock there. We'll see how we get on. Another entrance point here as well. Really like this. We'll open this now while we're here. What I like about this is the first small door to have gravity on the door, if that makes any sense. So when you're actually in space, you can just walk towards this and got gravity. It makes it easier than, you know, you're moving sideways and moving left, trying to click on the blooming button. I would actually like them to do that on the bigger door as well, but they haven't done it on this one. Let's carry on looking around. We'll go up there in a minute. These little turrets here. A few people have commented, and I wouldn't disagree. That arm does look pretty flimsy, doesn't it? Shoot that with a handgun, it looks like it snap off. Pretty cool, they all pop out as well. 1 big leg on the rear, 2 on the back there. It's like a bit of sandstorms. I think it's going to get dark in a minute, so probably want to get this done as quick as I can to some extent. The rear engine's got to have to move about half a mile out to see these. Here we go. Does look nice. Can you see, I don't know if you can see these, there's like an extra skin, so it's like double walled. You've got the centre section, and then you've got this double wall. They've done a really good job of following through with the concept and the artwork on this throughout the ship, and you see what I mean. This sort of double wall you're seeing has been applied to the furniture, the walls, everything. And the shapes as well, to keep the continuity throughout the ship. This is really, I like that. It's well done and well put together. Very consistent, I would say, in the design. There's not really much we can see unless we can get on top. We'll jump inside and start having a look inside anyway. As it's getting a little bit dark as well. We'll do the top deck first. Here we are.
Yes, I think maybe he have the Aurora. He have that.
Alle A38, en god
But
start.
my is MR. It's not this. How old is this video? From 1 year old.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a ship review. Now today we are taking a look around the Aurora LN. Now that's the Legionnaire. Now this is, I would say, the fighter in the Aurora lineup. This one has a extra hard point, and also it has slightly bigger missiles as well. This is V2. I've made a video on this already. I'm calling it V2. V2 meaning the second video I've made on the LN. The original one I made was the older version, and V2, which I'm calling this video, is the newer one. And I'll show you some of the changes and also show you some of the differences between the other Aurora series as well. There are quite a few of the Auroras, more than most of the other ships in fact. Let's take a look around and I'll show you the differences as well. Now first off, obviously all the textures and everything's been changed. The main reason for the rework was there were some collision issues inside, problems with getting in the sea, there was all sorts of issues. A lot of this front end is changed now, where this arm is and where the weapon mounts are compared to before. And also it looks like the door collars and the inside's been changed as well, but we'll take a look when we get inside. Let's start from the front. Okay, viewing angle's not too bad, very similar to sort of the Constellation with that sort of boxed off section. Visibility, I would say, is probably better inside of here than the Constellation because you're actually sitting in quite a good area for visibility. The restrictions being clearly the bars in the screen. You can see that it's got these sort of bluey, sort of green tint, and as you move around it sort of changes colour. Looks pretty nice. I like what they've done with the effects there, with that lighting looks good, isn't it? Steps come down there. We'll go in the door and have a look in a minute. The only reason that's down because I left it down because I popped in a minute ago. Carry on looking around. Now, for some reason this one's not running through a damaged state, so it's always a good thing, isn't it? Now being the reworked one, there's no actual cargo stats listed actually on the RSI side at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. I know the normal cargo one has 6 cargo units. I'm not sure what this one's going to have. It's a container at the end of the day. The container's going to be the same with all of them, I should imagine, unless there's a bigger container. Guessing there will be if the cargo one can carry more. We'll have to wait until the update stats page. Now one of the differences between the Aurora series is definitely the rear end. This rear section is actually different. I'll just put my cursor up here. This section here is actually different. Now I don't know if I've pulled out the ship, I can actually show you this on here. That one's different. There actually is there is another one as well that is slightly different as well. One of the other ones. What have I got here? I think I've got the MR here. Okay. The other differences I noticed as well. It's only on this one, this difference here. See this engine here? you look at that design there, that sort of line and little circle, have a look around the back here. Line, and they've tried to replicate that in the rear engine. It's unique to the ship because I did take a look. I'll just stand here. Get ready. See what I mean? See that there? So you can see there, look, actually different. There is some other little subtle differences there as well, but nothing too significant. I have actually loaded all the other auras in the hangar and ran round and had a look to see, you know, the old spot the difference sort of thing. And the main one seems to be with this, particularly with these engines and the engine design. So they're not all the same. It's not like it's the Aurora series. They're all the same. This one's just got more hard points and that's it. They are actually different from a design point of view. Well, this one is anyway, which is pretty cool. So I think out of all of them, this one's probably the more unique one because it's in design significantly different. 2 points of entry as well, which is pretty cool. The only negative thing I would say about a ship like this is entry times and exit times, particularly if you're going to blow up.
Yes, got 25 minutes left. 25 minutes left. Yes, this is the mining ship. Prospector.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tattoo Avance, and welcome to a ship review. Now today we are taking a look around the Prospector. Now this is the first in-hangar mining ship we've seen so far, and it's good to get up close and take a look around. Now first off, we have the mining laser at the front. Now this is on a telescopic arm, as you can see here, sort of, actually we have a better look underneath here. You can see that that sort of extends out on that top track, and the pipe there that sucks all your money out, all the materials, and it puts it in these bags at the back, but we'll take a look at them in a second. Now this actually can be used as a weapon, believe it or not. Although it does have low damage, it can, you could laser a ship. Star Citizen actually have confirmed that, so yeah, very interesting. I don't think it's going to be doing anything impressive by any means. The ship comes with some size, let's just say it's not about the guns with this one, absolutely not. It comes with 2 size 1s, and it can carry 128 cargo units. So let's carry on, have a look around. Very small guns there. You probably want to be going with an escort if you're going to a different part of space. On the topic of the laser part, let's talk about these bags. Now these bags carries extra ones as well, so once they've actually been deployed, you can use new bags. These containers are compatible with the whole series as well, so you can have a whole series with you, do mining and pass it over to the whole series. Thought that was pretty cool. You can also eject these in space, so you could eject them in space, carry on mining, and then pick them up later. So you've got a few options there. I think it's a really good idea. Look pretty cool as well. It looked like some sort of latex material by the looks of it. Let's carry on looking around here. Got huge engines. The front engine, the front one here, or the thruster if you want to call it, this does actually rotate as well. Let's carry on going around the back here. Rear engines. A big part of the ship is actually engines. If you stand back, you see what I mean. Absolutely massive. Looks very similar to the Freelancer as well, with that sort of front end. Gonna have a look around the back here. It's very nice. A few landing legs there as well. Let's have a look at that from a bit further back. Quite low profile.
Oh yes, that's the transport ship, the Caterpillar.
Hej, hvad med at sende en julebuket fra Flower.dk til dem, du holder af? Flower priser alt inklusiv.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Fancy, and welcome to a ship review. Now today we are taking a look at this absolute monster, the Caterpillar. Now the Caterpillar is quite a versatile ship. It's a modular ship. It can be used for many purposes, all depending on what modules you load. Today we're going to have a look on the outside and obviously look inside as well. And then later on down the line I'll make a flight test video as well. Bit of a pre-warning, guys, this is not going to be a short video today because there is a lot to go through and I would like to do it in detail rather than skim over it. Merry Christmas, because it is Christmas Day today, so I hope you've eaten loads and you don't feel too sick. And Merry Christmas, and thanks for everyone that supported me over the last year. I know the videos haven't been coming in a massive wave, but I've had a lot going on my end. But unfortunately, my little dog died. I had 15 years, so it's the last sort of couple of months slowed down a little bit. But hopefully in the new year, things will speed up a little bit, and we'll get back on track. Right, anyway, so let's start from the front. Let's take a look. We have this front, we're calling it a docking collar, with these sort of bars that look like they clip onto a collar. There's not a massive amount of information. I've trawled the forum on this one as well, but it does look like that. You can see that that is some sort of hook there. Door does open. We'll take a look at that when we go around the other side. Pretty cool. And then on this side, it does look like a caterpillar, I suppose. It's got all the loads and loads of little legs, isn't it? It does has wings as well, I suppose. You see guns on top there. I'll also leave a link in the description as well, so you can go and check the weapon loadout as well. A lot to go through today. Now, some people don't like the red. I think it looks pretty good. It looks quite industrial. And you can see Covalex on the side there. Many, many legs. The only sort of, I wouldn't say negative thing, I'll show you a bit later, I suppose, is I would like to see maybe another couple more points of entry, because it's a very, very long ship. The arms come out there. That door stuck down a little bit. It looks like it is, isn't it? Doesn't look right to me. Engines here. Now it would only go in this hangar because the length of the ship, clearly, it's very, very long. It only goes in the Revel and York hangar at the moment because this was originally extended for the staff era. So I suppose it made sense for them just to drop it in there to save them extending the other hangars. I've no doubt they will be extending the other hangars at some point. And these massive engines on the back. Get back here a little bit. Look at this. Huge, huge engines. You can see a lot of detail, a lot of work has gone into this. Obviously, the production of these sort of ships take a lot longer than doing a small two-seater ship. And you'll see inside. When you look from the outside, it looks big, but when you go inside, God, I mean, I've done a couple of trial runs inside. I've got lost a couple of times. It's like when I went in the staff area the first time, running around, getting a bit confused. So I still get a little bit confused in. I'm not sort of fluent on which directions I'm going. Nice detail here. Inside is just incredible. Every new ship that comes out, the level of detail just goes to another level. And particularly with the interiors now, I think they're getting the interiors. Making the square footage.
So how old is this?
Rather than just having a still plate.
Oh yes, that's an old video.
You see inside when we get that far.
2 years old.
Small weapons on the side there, you can see. Now this has something quite interesting. It's a shame that I'm not sure if it's going to be. I'm pretty confident you can't do it yet. That is a command module, so that detaches from the ship. So if you look at from the front, oh, we probably can't see from the front, can we? Because can't get quite that far back. You can see the command module there. Quite a way away from the front, isn't it? So you're quite a long way away. And then obviously on this side, you see what I mean now, you've got like just the wing. There is a view deck on that side as well. So the idea is this is a self-containing module, and that can detach. There's double doors as well, so they thought it out. Seating area there. Once again, it looks small, but there's 2 floors. I think there's 2 floors in there. Bunk room and a top room as well. So this will have a door, I'm guessing. It looks like there is some sort of other mechanisms here you can see, look. And obviously it's going to have landing legs as well. But this would be pretty cool, because if you're in outskirts of space, there's nothing stopping you detaching that and going down to, you know, planet-side landing. And if you think about that, the amount of uses you could use this ship for, you could look at it that way, really. It's its own little snub fighter, but it's just got more facilities on board. I know what you're going to think. Yeah, you're leaving the main bit behind. What happens if someone steals it? There is that, but I suppose if you left in your snub fighter, what's stopping you someone stealing your ship? I know there will be some sort of defences, but I'm sure you can lock the ship down to some instance or something. Right, okay, so this is the way in. Yeah, that don't look right to me. We'll give it a crack anyway. Oh, there we go, corrected itself. Been a few little bugs with this door. It needs a little bit of sharpening up. As far as I'm aware, this is the only way in. It's not that bad because you actually start on the main part. And what I mean is you're not in the cargo area, you're in the forward part of the ship. For me, I don't know what you guys think. I think that the interiors are better than the exteriors, like for detail. I mean, do you see what I mean? If you look at square footage, the amount of detail per square foot, or even square meter, it just looks incredible. And adding that much detail behind the pipes, having the plastic that sits behind it, you can even see behind it the box. Having that there just makes it just look so real. It does, doesn't it? It looks absolutely incredible. Got this room. This is the main room you come into. You've got these boxes everywhere. Emergency supplies, first aid. There's quite a few of them around the place. There's lots of consoles around the ship as well. You'll see them as we're walking around, and this later on will be a part of that mini game. When there's an issue on the ship, you're going to get an alarm go off or a leak or something like that, and you've got to go and repair it. So, I'm trying to think which way do we go first. There's so many options there. Let's go this way first. Corridor here, not much in here really, guys. A couple of panels. Like I said, this could be something to do with the minigame thing. Anywhere there's a panel, you can see the placeholder panel, so there will be something at some point. One thing I was thinking about these panels, when you go up to a panel, if you click on it, I would sort of like that screen to get really big and take up maybe a quarter of the screen or something. You see what I mean? So it sort of zooms out rather than looking at that little thing. It'd be interesting to see how they do these smaller panels, because looking at that, you're not going to get many buttons on there you're going to be able to interact with, unless it's just like on or off. They look like air conditioning vents or something. God, I mean, just why? I'm going to say why? Why go to this much detail? But it makes such a difference. Just so much. I mean, just creating this section must have taken blooming ages. Not a massive amount in here. You can actually use this. I did have a look last time. I'm making the assumption that that will not be the final display, because that is the sort of the standard display on all the ships at the moment. This is probably going to get a bit confusing now. So that goes upstairs. Well, we can get two ways we can get upstairs. There's that ladder all this way. Okay, so, right, we've got two directions you can go here. And if you remember, do you know when I was standing outside and I said that there's a command pod? So, just to show you, double airlock. That's the sort of the command pod. You can see that this is where it detaches. A second door. And then on this side, which makes sense, there's a viewing deck. I suppose this has got to be here for two reasons, really.